We will call the meeting to order and begin with the flag salute.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone, to the May 12, 2026 reorganization meeting for the Board of Education. In accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act, I wish to announce that the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. Notices announcing the date, time, and place for this meeting were sent to all concerned individuals, associations, and posted on the district website in accordance with Public Law 2025, Chapter 72. So at this time, I'd like to invite the president for any outgoing president remarks.
Thank you. Tonight, I'm closing out my year as board president. It's been an honor to serve in this role, and I want to share a few things that this year has reinforced for me. We're living in a time of unhealthy political division. That atmosphere can do real damage. It can make honest thinking, listening, and problem solving a lot harder. That matters more than people sometimes realize, especially at the local level. Summit is a Type 1 school district. That means the board members are appointed, not elected, on campaign platforms. I believe that's a strength. It means this board is not organized around political campaigns. It gives us a better chance to do what local government is supposed to do: focus on the work, wrestle honestly with hard questions, and try to make the best decisions that we can for the community. The truth is, the issues before the Board of Education are sometimes complicated. They involve trade-offs. They require us to understand that our families may represent a range of different values, different experiences, and different assumptions about how things work. In my experience, the members of this board have shown a willingness to listen, to do the homework, and to change their minds when the facts require it. On every serious issue that we face as a community, different viewpoints can help. They can help clarify the stakes and the consequences. None of us sees the whole picture alone. That is exactly why respectful debate, critical thinking, and trust matter. As a member of the BOE, I have served alongside colleagues whose views are not always the same as my own, and I believe that has made me better. I hope I have offered a similar benefit to them in return. What has mattered most is that this board and this administration are aligned in one essential way. The education and well-being of our students come first. Our mission is to prepare all students to thrive in an evolving world. That is our North Star, and that is what should always guide our work. As I step down as president, I want to thank all of the board members I have served with: Donna Miller, Chris Bonner, Vanessa Primack, Michael Colon, Yon Cho, Walida Justice, Dr. Joseph Porak, Kelly Stanton, Eileen Kelly, Carlos Mahecha, Rick Hanley, and Mark Gunderson. I especially want to recognize Yon Cho, who is finishing 6 years of service to the Board of Education tonight. Yon began his service in May 2020 during COVID, and he has provided a steady hand, wisdom, and strategic insight throughout his 2 terms. Yon, we all appreciate the experience you brought to this role as a parent, and we will miss your clear voice and deep dedication to this district. It's been a pleasure serving with you, and I thank you so much for the time you've dedicated to the district. Also, I want to thank Rick Hanley. who served 1 year with us and now unfortunately is leaving early in his term. He helped us greatly in our operations committee this year. And Rick, I thank you for coming back onto the board and serving us in such a fine way this year. I also want to thank our administrative team, our principals, our teachers, and all of our staff. Being board chair, you really get a front seat into what's going on in the schools, and what these folks do day in and day out matters enormously. The impact that you all have on the lives of students lasts far beyond any one school year, any one budget cycle, or any one board term. It is meaningful work with long-term returns, and this community benefits from it every day. Superintendent Huff, it has been a real honor to serve as president during your leadership of this district. You are a thoughtful and generous leader, and I have been continuously struck by how consistently you keep the needs of our students at the center of your work. This district is fortunate to have you. Tonight, I am passing the gavel to our next president. I am confident in her leadership, and I look forward to serving under her next year. It has been a pleasure. Superintendent, do you have any words you'd like to add?
Thank you, Madam President, and very well said, and thank you for the kind words. I do have a few remarks to share with everyone, so welcome. As we do every year at this time, the board conducts a reorganization, accepting new members, saying goodbye to old board members. We also conducted approval of operational items that are required for us to do our daily business every day and deliver the best education that our students deserve here in Summit Public Schools. So what does it mean to be a board member? For starters, it means you care deeply about this community. You have a vested interest in the well-being of every single child, and you embrace the opportunity to be part of a governing board that ensures that Summit Public Schools maintains the standard of excellence that we all expect. This role is a privilege, yet at times it's very time-consuming. It often competes with your private, personal, professional lives. And in spite of all of that, these individuals volunteer their time and effort to serve this community. It is very commendable, and thank you very much on behalf of everybody in this community, the administration, students, staff, and parents alike. I, for one, see firsthand the dedication, the time, the knowledge that every single board member volunteers to this organization. And as Madam President said very, very nicely, for the betterment of the students, that's what it gets down to. So tonight, as we welcome Ms. Janice and Mrs. Hoff as new board members, we're saying goodbye to Rick Hanley and Jan Cho as their time on the board comes to an end. Rick, I said a few words last month when we had the opportunity, but to reiterate, your wisdom, experience, your high level of engagement was so appreciated this year and has had a profound impact on this community and this board, particularly when it came to the budget process. And I thank you personally, and I've enjoyed my time serving with you. Mr. Jan Cho, after 6 years, it's time for you to move on as your role as Board of Education member. However, one thing that will not just simply move on is the lasting impact you've had on this school community as a board member. Jan, when it came to engaging in the business of the board, you've always approached the issues in a calm, measured, insightful, intelligent, and objective manner. You served as vice president, board president, chair of numerous committees, and we all appreciate your time and contributions you made over the last 6 years to this community. It's truly remarkable. You're an outstanding board member who has left the community in better shape than it was when you joined the board, so we thank you very much. You will be missed. And President Cohn, it's a privilege to have served under your leadership this past year. You have proven to be an incredible leader. You're reflective, you're knowledgeable. You understand what it means to lead a group of individuals to achieve a common goal. And that goal, as you said, is to prepare all students to thrive in an evolving world. And you've definitely had an impact on that goal. As board president, you've accomplished that goal and much more, and I thank you for your leadership, guidance, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of our students. You'll be missed as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes my remarks.
Mr. Cho and Mr. Hanley, I'd like to offer you an opportunity to have, if you have any outgoing remarks.
Yeah, thank you, President Cohn, and thank you, Superintendent Huff. It's been a privilege and honor to have served on the Summit Public School Board the past 6 years. Serving with the many past and current board members has been a very rewarding experience, and thank you all for your service. I do want to give a special thanks to our current president, Melanie Cohn, and past president, Walida Justice, who have served alongside me the past 5 years for their service and dedication. You know, my first board meeting was via Zoom, and now as I look around at our state-of-the-art high school media center, I'm reminded of how much change can occur with the collective leadership of the school board, administration, the hard work of the district staff, and the support of the community. Significant investments have been made throughout the school district for the benefit of all the students and staff. You know, as a parent of 4 Summit Public School graduates, I've known for years that our school district is truly one of the best in the state and country. But what I've learned from my 6 years on the school board is that my perspective and knowledge as a parent was just a fraction of what makes our schools so great. I really want to give a big shout out to all the staff in our district, administration, teachers, aides, facilities and support staff, and especially Superintendent Scott Huff, who started his tenure at the same time as me. I've truly enjoyed working with all of you. You know, all of your professionalism, dedication, hard work to deliver the education and experiences during and after school to each and every one of the 4,000 students is remarkable. You know, each year, I've been in awe of how collectively you work together to improve the delivery of education and opportunities for our students and preparing them for the future. You know, the pursuit of excellence never ends here in Summit Public Schools, and I know that tradition will continue. Thank you.
Mr. Henley?
First, thank you very much for the kind words. I do appreciate it. And I am going to just say a couple of things, and in fact, echo our outgoing president's sentiments a little bit. In 2017, when I was the incoming president, I made a very similar speech. I spoke about the benefits of an appointed board, and it was captured in the TAP. And I ask you all to go back and read that, because I do think it's relevant again today. And by that, I was asked by the mayor a year ago to step back onto the board after my 6 years prior. And it was due to her concerns reflected from the community, I think, about the budget process and some of the things we'd seen in the course of about a year. And so I was willing to come back, and I was very excited to do that. I think that through the help of, and the great contributions of the superintendent, the principals, and the staff, along with a constructive board put together in this past year, that we achieved our objectives. We, I think, stabilized the district that there were some questions about, and we put it on a stronger financial footing. We had strong transparency because of everyone's efforts, including the community that came out and provided the feedback that helps us get on track if we're getting off track. I'm not sure that can happen if we don't have an appointed board, where we do appoint professionals who have experiences in life or on boards or in business or in education, wherever that may come from, who can see the bigger picture and have a passion, not just for education, but for the entire community, the staff, the residents who don't have children. You got to be broad and you got to think about it. And I think an appointed board has allowed me to come back and contribute a year where I think it was helpful, and I think it helps get the right mix of people who have objectivity to address the crises that do come up that you don't expect, and they do come up. And so, Madam President, I wanted to echo a lot of what you said, because I think we had a very successful year. And, you know, Summit, in the 26 years I've lived here, has had a lot of up and downs in the educational world. But we always come through, and if you look at our track record, it's pretty consistent and steady on an upward trajectory. So don't lose sight of that. We have some bad times, we face challenges, but we always seem to come back. And we're one of the last few appointed boards in New Jersey. And I caution you to go look at the Montclairs of the world, who changed from an appointed board to an elected board just a few years ago. And now they got headlines coming out their ears. Maybe they had a board that got a little focused on an agenda or a political platform that they got elected on too. So I'm excited to say goodbye. I enjoyed my year. I feel very good about the contributions we made collectively, and I really have to turn it to the superintendent, because it can't happen without a superintendent that has the leadership and the guidance and the wisdom and the visibility to really change when things are tough and address the real issues. So thank you. It really made a difference. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye the second time, and this time is for good. Thank you all for the community, because it meant so much to me.
Thank you, Mr. Hanley. Now I would just like to open it up to any other board members who might have any words they'd like to add.
Jan, I would like to say, because we have had a long tenure together, that I have appreciated your leadership. I have appreciated the way that you work to get multiple perspectives at the table and to bring up sometimes the side that might not be brought up in meetings and settings. And I really think in terms of being a community member before you got on this board, you're someone who has always showed Summit how much you appreciate and love this town, and that you are willing to always work to make it better. So it really has been an honor and pleasure, and I want to thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Is there anyone else?
I'll go ahead next. Just to echo all the great comments that were made, Mr. Cho, Jan, you are always a steady, calm voice, and I think that is a rarity, so very appreciative of how you've just approached every problem with. I never felt any, you never got ever heated or looked you were completely cool the whole time. So you're cool as a cucumber, Jan. That's the main message. And we will miss that presence for sure. And of course, your experience was incredibly helpful in every committee we served on. So that will be missed. And Mr. Hanley, I guess I'm like a fangirl, because this is my second time talking about how wonderful you are during a board meeting. But your leadership coming back to the board was particularly helpful. And you as well, the way you've operated, and I think led the operations committee in particular during what continues to be a very tumultuous and difficult fiscal environment, was just something I personally learned a lot from. So I appreciate you sort of serving for me as a personal mentor in that capacity. And yeah, we will both be very much missed. And I just want to echo the comments as well about Superintendent Huff. I think under your leadership, Scott, this board worked really well this year. And no one really sees behind the curtain as much as the committees. And I will miss the way this board is functioning today and look forward to, of course, the new board members. But it was a really enjoyable year. Lastly, Melanie, I have to say, you were such a gracious leader. You are always receptive, and again, another calming presence, leveraging your wisdom, willingness to always look for the other perspective. We met in the middle so many times, and it was really refreshing, because as you echoed, the world doesn't always feel that way. And I thought, a lot of times you and I personally just found common ground. I thought, oh, this could be a microcosm for America. And so I really just want to thank you for your kindness, your gracious approach to everything, your ability to be open to change, to meet in the middle. Those are really just fantastic qualities in a leader, and I think that was demonstrated this year on the board. We will miss you. I will miss you personally as president.
I'm going to be around for one more year. Are there any other comments?
Yeah, I would love just to thank the two outgoing board members. This was my first year on the board. I was the only person on this board who, it was actually my first year. It came in with real veterans. So I didn't have any overlapping committee assignments with Jan, but I just want to echo what Eileen, you said about his just demeanor, experience. I learned so much even in the comments at the, in this context at the board meetings themselves. So I'm glad you're still in Summit, so we're only a few blocks away. So Rick, on the other hand, I know, this is a new chapter you're embarking on. I can't even thank you enough for just being able to sit next to you as the new members, but how incredible for me as a new member to have my fellow new member come with literally the whole universe of just knowledge, experience, empathy, determination, grit, just figuring out a way to really do your absolute best and leave nothing on the field as you came back for the second tour of duty. So thank you for that. And I just want to say to President Cohn, just your leadership is so special. You are such a great leader. And you have an empathy and a kindness, and everything you said and what you shared about, we may disagree, we may agree on things, we may whatever, but you have love that comes from your heart. And I think that, I benefited for my first year being under your leadership. And most of all, I'd say one of the very most significant experiences on the board is just having a dear friendship with you. So I'm really glad you're still on for a year, but thank you so much for your leadership. You're a great leader, and thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, and I waited to be last so that I could say that everyone has said everything I intended to say. But I do want to underscore something Madam President said, and we've heard here as a consistent message. First of all, our mayors have done a great job in appointing good people, people that are focused not on politics, but on our students and our teachers and our staff. And I think that commonality is key in having the board be as effective as it has been. And I think we have some great new members joining as well with that same idea. And I think that the fact that we are appointed really makes us laser focused on what we should be doing. So it's been an honor being part of this board. I look forward to continuing it. And I thank all our members for their service. And I have witnessed firsthand just how much time and effort and dedication. And I've had 3 kids go through the Summit school system, and as Mr. Cho said, as Jan said, from a parent you get one perspective, and then you have all these things, and then you get behind the curtain, you're like, wow, there is a lot of work going on here. There are a lot of responsibilities, there's a lot of impacts, and just the fact that these are volunteer positions and these great people dedicate their time and sacrifice for the benefit of the community is an incredible honor to be part of. So thank you all, and thank you to the President for being a very fair leader and a very balanced leader, and I look forward to continuing as we forge ahead. Thank you, everybody.
I appreciate all of your comments, and with that, I am going to pass the agenda back to Ms. Sardo.
Thank you, Ms. Cohen. At this time, I will administer the oath of office, beginning with Ms. Eileen Kelly, and her family can join us at the podium. Okay. Thank you. I, Eileen Kelly,
I, Eileen Kelly,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and this state
in the United States and this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Eileen Kelly,
I, Eileen Kelly,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law for the office
prescribed by law by the office
of a member of a Board of Education,
of a member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I am not disqualified
as a voter
as a voter
pursuant to RS
pursuant to RS
19:4-1,
19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction
nor disqualified due to conviction
of a crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in NJSA
listed in NJSA
18:12-1,
18:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all duties
perform all duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you very much. And at this time, I'm going to call Miss Kimberly Janis here to the podium with her family. You got family. Yeah. Okay, do you want to hold? And right hand up. Okay. Right hand up and, exactly.
There we go, okay.
Perfect. I, Kimberly Janis,
I, Kimberly Janis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and this state,
in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Kimberly Janis,
I, Kimberly Janis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of a member of a Board of Education,
for the office of a member of the Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant
as a voter pursuant
to RS 19:4-1,
to RS 19:4-1,
nor disqualified
nor disqualified
due to conviction of a crime or offense
due to conviction of a crime or offense
listed in NJSA
listed in NJSA
18:12-1,
18:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all duties of that office
perform all duties of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right here? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do I stand for it?
Yeah, you know what? You should swap. Yes. Thanks, Ryan. That's okay. At this time, may I ask for Jenny Hoff and her family to come up to the podium, please? Who wants to hold? They both do. You both do. Perfect. Okay. Okay. I, Jenny Hoff,
I, Jenny Hall,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States and this state
in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Jenny Hoff,
I, Jenny Hall,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member of a Board of Education,
for office of member of the Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I am not disqualified
as a voter pursuant
as a voter pursuant
to RS 19:4-1,
to RS 19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction
nor disqualified due to conviction
of a crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in NJSA
listed in NJSA
18:12-1,
18:12-1,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all duties of that office
perform all duties of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations to Ms. Kelly, Ms. Hoff, Ms. Janice. At this time, I would like to invite, should you have any words for the rest of the community?
I just want to say that I'm very honored to serve on the board. I'm excited to be a part of working together collaboratively. I've heard amazing things about every one of you just in these remarks, and I've only lived in Summit for a couple of years, but one of the main reasons I chose this city was because of the excellent education. And I've had a chance to work with Superintendent Huff on many different committees through PTO and work with the city, and so I'm excited to work together, and I look forward to collaborating.
I'm very excited to be here. I feel very honored. I actually graduated from here many, many years ago before this part of the building was here. My kids are 5th generation in Summit. Education is really important. As everyone has said, it's, you know, a big part of our children's lives, the community, and I'm really excited to sort of see the inside of what works and how we can make an impact. And there's some amazing people here, so I'm excited to learn and be part of it and help shape our community and kids' future. So thank you very much.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to take the roll. Actually, move this over to. Ms. Cohn?
Here.
Ms. Janice?
Here.
Mr. Gunderson?
Here.
Ms. Hoff?
Here.
Ms. Justice?
Here.
Ms. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Maiacha?
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. All right. Out of order. At this time, I'd like to invite any nominations for president.
Yes, Madam President, Board, I do have someone to nominate. You've already got a little preview of the type of person she is because she was just sworn in multitasking with her family. So I think that that was really a microcosm and indicative of the type of person that she is. Madam President and colleagues, I am honored to nominate Eileen Kelly for President of the Summit Board of Education. Over the last few years, Eileen has served this board with distinction in various committees and key positions, most recently as our Vice President. She brings deep institutional knowledge, a calm and steady hand, and a strong commitment to both our students and our taxpayers. Her thoughtful leadership, collaborative style, and dedication to responsible governance have been invaluable, especially during this year's challenging budget discussions. I believe Eileen is the right person to lead us into the new school year, and I'm proud to nominate her for president.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Any other nominations? Okay, seeing none, I'll take the roll. Mr. Maiacha?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Abstain.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
And Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried. Congratulations.
All right, we did rehearse. Evening. I would like now to seek a motion for the election of a vice president. Nomination, excuse me.
Yes, Madam President, I do have someone I'd like to nominate. Madam President, colleagues, it's my distinct honor to nominate Carlos Mejecha for Vice President of the Summit Board of Education. Mr. Mejecha has served this board with dedication and integrity for 2 years. As a member of the Operations Committee, he has demonstrated a strong commitment to fiscal responsibility, transparency, and thoughtful decision-making. He brings a practical, solutions-oriented approach and has earned the respect of his colleagues through his steady contributions and absolute willingness and really passion for rolling up his sleeves for the benefit of the students and this beloved city that we all live in. He'll also bring valuable experience to this role, having served as chairman of the Communications Committee, which is a crucial component for how the board conducts itself, as well as a member of the Policy Committee. So on a personal note, Mr. Mejecha has been a tremendous resource to me during my first full year on the board, and I know that he will serve as an incredible resource for the 2 new colleagues that we have here this evening. So I believe Mr. Mejecha will serve as a truly excellent vice president, and I'm proud to nominate him for the position. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gunderson. Do I have a second?
Second.
For the roll, Mr. Mejecha? Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Yes.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Motion's carried. Congratulations.
Okay, we will now switch. We're going to play some musical chairs for 1 second. Okay, thank you. We did do 5 dry runs, so I felt like that was good. Okay, we are now going to head into presentations from SCF, so the board will sit in the audience, please. Thank you so much.
All right, good evening and welcome once again. And as many of you should know by now, this is one of my most favorite evenings of the year. The SCF twice a year comes forward with their generosity, their kindness, their hard work, their dedication to this community. They work in collaboration with the administration and the Board of Education to accept, approve, review, and approve grants that fulfill our mission and our goals as a district. And once again, this spring cycle, they have seriously delivered. So on behalf of the SCF, again, on behalf of the board and the administration and the community, thank you again, once again. I've always said it, there's so much that we do because of the generosity of the SCF over many, many years. And with that, I present Laura Lamio and Amanda Darnowski.
Hello, my name is Amanda Darnowski, and along with my partner, Laura Lamio, it has been our pleasure to lead the SCF grants effort this year. We just finished up our spring 2026 grant cycle, and we are excited to be here tonight to share the results with you on behalf of the Summit Educational Foundation. Along with our grants committees and the SCF board, we have closely reviewed and approved 28 grants this cycle for a total of $232,929. These 28 grants are spread across all 9 of our schools and include a wide range of categories. Before our grants presentation, I would like to recognize the many partnerships that contribute to SEF's continued success. First, I would like to thank our Superintendent, Scott Huff, Director of Curriculum, Heather Rocco, Supervisor of Technology, Doug Orr, and Business Administrator, Derek Jess. This group provides a pivotal partnership in the initial reviewing of grant applications as we assure that each grant aligns with SEF's mission while supporting the district goals. I would also like to acknowledge this year's SEF co-presidents, Susan Daniel and Shelley Donnelly, Heather Thomas, our Grants Review Chair, and the entire SEF Board and Grant Committee members. Thank you for all your time, endless help, and dedication. We would also like to thank our teachers and administrators. We all know that none of this would happen without them. Their dedication to our students is represented in the creative and innovative grants they submit year after year. SEF continues to celebrate 40 years of creating possible for Summit students. In recognition of this milestone anniversary, we would like to recognize and thank the families and the greater Summit community for their continued financial support that makes it all possible. The SEF is extremely proud to be involved in these partnerships, working together to continue our mission of supporting the district's curriculum and goals. Thank you, everyone. The 28 grants in the spring cycle are spread across all of our schools. Tonight, we will present the grants in alignment with the district-wide goals. First, we will start with the safety and wellness grants that align with the district's first goal. Next, we'll cover the culture of belonging grants. These grants are tied to the district's second goal. And finally, we will present the project-based learning awards that represent the district's fourth goal. Now let's take a closer look at the grants we've approved for the spring cycle. We'll start off with the safety and wellness grants. In this category, we have 12 grants totaling $51,320. These grants help to prioritize the safety and wellness of our students and staff to support healthy, balanced, and productive learning environments. Our first grant is for music therapy and will integrate music therapy into special education classes at Wilson Primary Center and Jefferson Elementary School to enhance students' communication, socialization, behavior, and emotional regulation. At the Wilson Primary Center, SEF will fund the purchase of developmentally appropriate furniture and supplemental adaptive seating to create a safe, supportive, and accessible learning environment for students in the preschool disabilities classroom. With the Responsive Classroom Grant, teachers at Jefferson will participate in a professional development that will offer training on practical, research-based strategies that help educators prevent and respond to disruptive behavior while maintaining student dignity and protecting instructional time. At Franklin, a sensory-safe space will be created to support students who experience sensory processing challenges, anxiety, emotional dysregulation, and other barriers to learning. At Washington, the purchase of beanbag chair seating and other calm space materials for classroom reset areas will help students manage their feelings by using different strategies and tools to regulate feelings so students are open to and available for learning. Through noise reduction headphones, students at Franklin will have the option to use these headphones, which will enhance the learning environment by providing students with the choice to work in a silent environment or an environment with typical classroom noise. SEF will help the Brayton Counseling Department by providing a cozy rug designed to facilitate small group activities in the counselor's office. The next grant will provide the middle school band room with a wireless microphone system to provide meaningful feedback to enhance the quality of instruction students receive during band class. Next, School AI at the middle school will help teachers and counselors manage classrooms, engage students, and deliver personalized instruction with one-on-one assistance related to a variety of topics such as executive functioning, study skills, career-based exploration, and advisory. SEF will fund a student and parent presentation by nationally recognized speaker James Stroker, focusing on building grit, perseverance, community, and resilience in our middle school students as he talks about the importance of accepting your challenges and the benefits of accepting struggle with grace, patience, and positivity, and trust that it will someday lead us to success. SEF will also fund a school-wide student assembly at Summit High School entitled Let's Shift Negative Thoughts, Awakening Your Warrior Spirit, with a program centered on the transition from perfectionism and self-doubt to resilience and self-acceptance. Our final safety and wellness grant will help enhance creative growth through digital art at the high school through the purchase of a state-of-the-art digital printer, allowing students to design, print, and present professional quality, large-scale work aligned with contemporary artistic and commercial practices, and essential career skills in fields such as graphic design, illustration, photography, and fine arts.
Moving on to the district's second goal of culture and belonging, we have 6 grants totaling $19,745. These grants help sustain an educational community that values and supports a culture of belonging for all stakeholders throughout the district. All second grade students in the district will receive enhanced support for reading and writing from the purchase of reading and writing strategies companion charts to support small group literacy instruction by providing concise language and visuals to help students practice key literacy skills such as comprehension, decoding, writing structure, and revision strategies. SEF will fund a grant for U-Fly-aligned decodable reading collections to provide structured, visual, rich literary support for multilingual learners in grades 1 through 3 at Brayton. These materials will be used to bridge the gap between phonics instruction and reading fluency to accelerate reading progress for multilingual learners. SEF will fund 2 grants to enhance classroom libraries. At Brayton, second graders will enjoy engaging books for their classroom to encourage a love of reading by providing books on relevant topics that will excite students. At Washington, first graders will benefit from a new selection of first grade favorite books with contemporary characters and additional nonfiction selections to support content area learning. SEF will be supporting 2 after-school clubs this grant cycle. First, the middle school's Multicultural Night Grant will fund 2 teacher stipends to serve as advisors for LCJ SMS's Multicultural Night, which celebrates student heritage with food, dance, traditional clothing, crafts, and entertainment. Our final grant supporting the Culture of Belonging goal is to support the teacher stipend for an after-school dance program for dancers of all skill levels at the middle school that will focus on skill development, collaboration, and personal growth leading up to a final showcase at the end of the school year. Moving on to district goal number 4 of project-based learning, we have 10 grants in this category totaling $161,864. These grants connect educational opportunities to the real world through inquiry and project-based learning that develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. SEF will purchase video production equipment, including 3 professional video cameras and essential accessories to modernize mobile production capabilities, strengthen music, theater, and broadcasting programs, and expand creative opportunities for students in grades 6 through 12. With targeted math intervention, all elementary school teachers will be given access to a district-wide math intervention curriculum that addresses small group support and key numeracy and computation skills and concepts for each grade level. Putting ukuleles in action will expand access to ukuleles in the elementary schools to enhance music education and foster accessibility, creativity, and inclusivity with these popular instruments. And then we will have an author visit at Jefferson Primary Center and Jefferson Elementary School. Wildly popular authors Adam Gidwitz and Jerry Pilata will share their books and stories with students. Our next grant under project-based learning will fund a performance by Living Voices, Bringing History to Life, which will provide a multi-sensory experience with actors, archival film, and photos, providing students with a window into the experiences of people who came through Ellis Island and others who lived through the Holocaust. SEF is also pleased to support robotics at both the middle and high schools. SEF will fund the launch of a new VEX IQ robotics club at the middle school with the purchase of competition kits, teacher training, and a teacher stipend to be the advisor of the club. Ceramics and pottery expansion at both the middle and high schools will be supported by SEF with the purchase of additional equipment to enhance these popular programs. At the middle school, SEF will purchase an additional pottery wheel and accessories, which will offer increased opportunities for students to go from hand building to wheel-thrown pottery. At the high school, the purchase of a state-of-the-art kiln will allow students to explore a wider range of ceramics techniques in a safe and efficient manner. Also at the high school, the purchase of VEX robotics kits will allow 2 sections of a new robotics course for the 2026-27 school year. Students who have taken Introduction to Computer Programming are eligible to take this new course as they take the next step in this exciting subject area. Finally, a Reiku demonstration at the high school will give students the opportunity to see firsthand a Reiku firing and demonstration and learn about a different type of firing that can occur in ceramics. As you can see from the wide range of approved grants across all district schools, Summit's teachers and administrators have once again found innovative and creative ways to enhance the education of our students and support the district's curriculum and goals. Including this current grant cycle, SEF has funded more than 2,200 grants in our 40 years, totaling over $11.8 million. These grants go directly to the Summit School District and ultimately to our students. This is something we should all be proud of. SEF has worked closely with Summit Public Schools for 40 years, and we are looking forward to continuing our partnership, creating possible for years to come. Again, we are pleased to announce Summit Education Foundation is awarding $232,929 to the Summit Public Schools for the spring 2026 grant cycle. Thank you.
Please join me in one more round of applause. It's truly amazing the work that SEF does. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And again, thank you to SCF. That was an incredible lineup of, I think I just made the comment, I'm going to be doing pottery at the middle school at some point. It's really enhanced the entire experience of the students and this board. And on behalf of the whole board, we're just incredibly grateful for your partnership and all the generosity. So thank you very much. Do I have a motion to approve and accept the Summit Educational Foundation's Spring 2026 grants?
So moved. Second.
Any discussions? Okay, for the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Hoff?
Yes.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Yes.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maecha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried.
Okay, we will now move on to the Student Board Representative Report. Hadley, over to you.
Hi, I'm Abby Taylor. I'm one of the student representatives in the high school. The past few weeks at school have been really busy, but also really exciting. Right now, many of our students are in the middle of AP testing, which finally ends this Friday. We have been preparing for these tests all year, but we're all very relieved to finally come out on the other side of them. We're also really proud of our seniors this month as we recently hit colleges today. The holidays are full of amazing senior class, and the colleges semifinals this Thursday. Both boys and girls lacrosse will begin later this week, and our track team is getting ready for state sectionals this weekend. We're wishing all of our athletes the best of luck. Finally, the upperclassmen are all looking forward to prom this Friday, which is the perfect end to all this testing. It's one of the most anticipated nights of the school year, and everyone is very excited. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Hadley. And if you would like to be excused, you do not have to stay for the rest of the board meeting. And anyone else that has kind of finished for reorg, please feel free to. Okay, we will continue. I'm going to just give a few remarks as the new president. Good evening, everyone. Thank you again to our outgoing president, Melanie Cohn, for your gracious leadership. You leave very big shoes to fill. And to Mr. Maecha, congratulations. You bring a passion and tenacity that will serve the board well in your capacity as vice president. I'd like to officially welcome our newest board members, Jenny Hoff and Kimberly Janis, individuals with impressive professional backgrounds and resumes full of volunteerism who have already served our community and school district. You both embody the spirit of Summit, and we look forward to working together over the years to come. It has been said many times tonight that it is an honor and a privilege to be serving on the Summit Board of Education, one of the strongest public schools in our state and a top school district in our nation. I initially accepted the position to serve on the board as I personally know the value of a strong public education and its impact on the ability to change the course of a child's future. As president, this board will continue to work to ensure that whether a child in our community wants to go to a four-year college, a technical school, whether they want to be an actor or an athlete, or serve our country in uniform, they will have the educational foundation to thrive successfully in any and all of their endeavors. That is the mission of the Summit Public Schools. That is the mission of the Summit Public Schools. I take this position with gravity, and I promise to treat the education of every child in Summit as if they were my own little ones as well. So thank you. Going to move on to, sorry.
Thank you, Madam President. With the unusual, we don't do this every year, so the agenda is kind of formatted differently. We have one more presentation, quick presentation recognition. Recognition of Lawton C. Johnson Summit Middle School student musicians for their acceptance into the New Jersey American Choral Directors Association's All-State Choirs. With that, Ms. Bernadette Burke, please come up so we can recognize our students. It's okay, we'll sit here.
Do you want me to call up the, okay. We have Athena Chakraborty. Sloan Gillespie. And Leah White.
Thank you so much for that presentation, and thank you so much on behalf of the Board of Education. It's always nice to celebrate the accomplishments, the accolades of our students. They're very talented, and because of our very talented staff and in working and teaching you along the way, we thank you all, and it's very nice to see. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Okay, I think then we will move on to item number 11, reorganization appointments and designations. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Any discussions? Okay, so approval for items A through JJ. For the role, Ms. Justice? Yes. Ms. Hoff?
Yes.
Mr. Gunderson,
Yes.
Ms. Janice,
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn,
Yes.
Vice President Maacha,
Yes.
President Kelly.
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Okay, great. I'm now seeing that we have recess for a few minutes. So apologies for that, and we will take a few minutes to reconvene. So thank you so much. We'll be back in
Thank
15
you.
minutes. Thank you. let's resume our meeting. We will begin with the superintendent's comments.
Good evening once again, everyone, and it's a pleasure to share highlights from across our district celebrating the arts and the community spirit. Our schools are showcasing incredible creativity and community engagement. And on April 30th, Franklin Elementary School hosted its art show and spring concerts. The school also held its annual Franklin Fair on May 8th. Thank you to the parent community, PTO, and volunteers for their dedication. At Jefferson Elementary School, they hosted an evening of music and art on May 5th. The school also celebrated its cultural festival on April 29th. Special thanks to Senora Muldoon and her leadership on this event. And at Brayton Elementary School, they held a successful spring and art show on April 23rd. Currently, the 4th and 5th grade art remains on display, with first graders leaving celebratory notes for their peers. And at Washington Elementary School, they enjoyed its annual Spring Fest and concerts. A highlight was the traditional 5th grade slideshow and a meaningful milestone for our departing students. Academics and human rights at Summit High School, students are currently engaged in AP testing, with over 400 students taking more than 1,200 exams to earn potential college credit. And for Mental Health Awareness Month, we are sharing resources with families and encouraging everyone to wear green on Fridays. On May 15th, LCJ Summit Middle School, 8th graders will hear from Holocaust survivor Tova Friedman. This visit concludes their Human Rights Unit and prepares them for their upcoming trip to the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. We thank the PTO for funding and recording of this event. Newly, community traditions are taking root across our schools. On Arbor Day, Lincoln Hubbard Elementary students celebrated the planting of 2 new trees. A new tradition began with students decorating rocks to surround the trees, a trail that will grow with each new class. And at Brayton, they also celebrated Arbor Day with the City of Summit planting a flowering cherry tree and meeting with many local arborists. And our primary centers recently held kindergarten orientations, and we're looking forward to Field Day and International Night. In the world of arts, spring concert season continues this week with middle school concerts and Summit High School concerts next week. A major highlight was Summit High School's Runway of Dreams Club, the first of its kind, which hosted a successful adapted fashion showcase on April 30th. Led by seniors Maya Pardo, Isabel Honigstock, and featuring founder Mindy Shire, the event promoted self-expression and advocacy for inclusive fashion. Thank you all for your continued commitment to our students and community. And in closing, I want to extend my deepest gratitude for our incredible educators for Teacher Appreciation Week. Your energy every morning sets the stage for curiosity, resiliency, and a purpose, truly helping us live our mission of preparing every student to thrive in the evolving world. And that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Superintendent Huff. Can I please have a motion for item number 13, the superintendent's report for HIB investigations this month? Items A and B, excuse me.
Second.
Okay. Any discussions? For the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maiacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried.
Thank you. And are there any additions or revisions to the agenda this month?
Yes, there are. So, in addition to our resolutions, we have under School Board Operation, item E, approval of contract with the Pomptonian, Inc., Summit Board of Education, Food Service 2026-27, management fee language includes. Be resolved that the Summit Board of Education, SFA, approves the award of the Food Services Management Company contract with the Pomptonian, Inc., FSMC, for the food service operation for 2026-27. Item 1, FSMC fee. The FSMC shall receive, in addition to the cost of operation, an administrative management fee of $174,521 to compensate the FSMC for administrative and management costs. This fee shall be included as a cost of operation and billed in 10 monthly installments of $17,452.10 per month. The SFA guarantees the payment of such costs and fees to the FSMC. Number 2, the FSMC guarantees a return of $50,000 for the 2026-27 school year. And number 3, total estimated cost of contract, total expenses, costs include food, labor, supplies, other expenses, and FSMC management fee. Therefore, the total cost of contract is $2,140,755.98. Under personnel, item Q, an addition is to approve to accept the resignation of the following staff: Jenny Rodriguez, cafeteria/playground aide at Franklin Elementary, effective June 30th, 2026. Therefore, that impacts and changes two resolutions. One under personnel, item A, the resolution, Jenny Rodriguez should be removed from the list of reappointed staff. Just her name should be removed, and all else remains since she's resigning. And this impacts and changes personnel, under personnel, item O, number 7, that resolution, Jenny Rodriguez's change of assignment should be removed as well since the employee is resigning, so removing that. And a typo under finance, item V, it should read the Newmark School, not the Newark School. The Newmark School should be replacing that. And that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Sarno. We will now move on to committee reports. First, the Education and Student Activities Committee.
Let's see. The Education Committee met on May 7th for 1 hour. Members in attendance were Superintendent Scott Huff, Heather Rocco, and board members in attendance were Melanie Cohn, Walida Justice, and Yan Cho. Topics discussed: Fine Performing and Practical Arts Update with Supervisor Ali Caravano. The mission of the FPPA department is to introduce all students to the music and arts offerings, recruiting students to join the performing groups and retention as students transition to middle school and high school. High school and middle school ensemble groups traveled to each elementary school and performed for 3rd through 5th grade students demonstrating their instruments. Move Up Day is when 8th grade students spend a day at the high school rehearsing and interacting with the high school students who shared their experiences in the music program at Summit High School. For the first time, the high school theater program students held a Move Down Day when they traveled to the middle school and led an afternoon of theater games, improv, and Q&A about how to participate in a theater program at the high school. Similar to the music marathon held at the high school, an all-city elementary festival with all the 5th grade band and orchestra students performed with 6th graders, serving as leaders at the event. Student performances and art showing is one of the highlights for the FPPA program. The District Arts Festival held at the high school in March is an opportunity for all students in the program to share their talents. The Fine Arts sets up a gallery in each school featuring the work of all student artists in each grade level. An information table about the artifact publication was set up at the high school, along with a collaborative art making station for people to draw and doodle during the event. Industrial arts were represented with a display of various pieces of furniture, game boards, toys, and home furnishings made with the technical skills learned in the material and processes classes. The family and computer science and consumer science classes baked cookies with funding from the Summit High School PTO and prepared a charcuterie board with cheeses from around the world to share with their performers and audience members during the festival. Media arts students from the video production and broadcast journalism classes led tours of the new state-of-the-art high school broadcast studio. The highlight of the festival is the music marathon, where every student musician in grades 6 through 12 performs at the high school with the larger groups, in the auditorium, and the music masters and smaller ensembles and chamber groups performing in the cafeteria. Along with the district's arts festival, the spring semester performances include the musicals Big Fish at the high school and Matilda at the middle school. The 53rd annual Big Band Dance event, which partnered with Tammy's Tomorrow to help raise money for the foundation that honors a Summit High School alum who passed away from cancer. Director's Showcase for advanced theater students, where they team up to perform a 20-minute play on their own, which is adjudicated by an experienced panel. Elementary art shows and concerts with all students represented in performances from the 4th and 5th grade band and orchestras at each school. And the next 2 weeks will be the spring concerts at the middle school and high school for band, orchestra, and choral groups. Along with the performances and festivals, there were several musical artists in residence and guest artists events at the high school with the generous support of SEF, SMPA, and Spark. Q Smith was an original Broadway cast of Come From Away, led a workshop with concert and treble choir students. Kate Baldwin is a Tony-nominated actress who originated the role of Sandra Bloom in Big Fish on Broadway and met with the cast of Summit High School's Big Fish before the opening to get feedback on storytelling and interpretation, and also attended the show. Brockett Parsons, a Summit High School alum, is the keyboardist in Lady Gaga's band. He led master classes, Q&A, and a songwriter workshop for music students. Tanya Chan is a professional double bassist on staff at the Manhattan School of Music and former assistant conductor of the Grammy Award-winning New York Youth Symphony. In 2025, she was named one of Yamaha's 40 under 40 music educators and a candidate for the Grammy Music Educator Award. She has been working with our high school and middle school orchestras throughout the school year. Lyrica Chamber Music Ensemble, led by world-class musicians, violinist Isabel I. Durenberg, cellist Ani Kalian, and pianist Dr. Min Yong Kang performed and held master classes for our music students several times. Summit School District was also honored by the National Association of Music Merchants with the Best Communities for Music Education Award for 2026. This award celebrates the unwavering dedication of schools and districts that make music education a priority for every student. Item 2, NJLSA adaptive testing and reporting, testing in progress across grades 3 through 11. Middle school testing is complete. ELA for elementary students will be next week, and 9th graders will be tested the week of May 19th. The graduate proficiency assessment for 11th graders is complete. Since this is the first year for the adaptive testing, the results will be delayed and not received until the fall instead of over the summer. GPA results are also delayed and will not be available until August or later. Item 3, committee review. Discussion of areas to focus on for next year. Committee is to stay updated on the co-curricular programs like the athletics and the arts, proposed curriculum changes, feedback from district constituents from surveys and meetings, test results, and uses of technology in and out of the classroom. There's no board action at this time, and the next meeting will be scheduled once the new committee members are in place. Any questions from the board? Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Moving on to the Operations Committee, Mr. Maecha.
Thank you, Madam President. The Operations Committee met on May 6th for 1 hour. Committee members and others attending included Superintendent Huff, Interim Business Administrator, Ms. Dora Zeno, Assistant Business Administrator, Kathy Sarno, board members, Ms. Eileen Kelly, and myself. Items discussed on this month's agenda: food services. The business office presented a plan to utilize our monies in the food service account towards a portion, approximately 20%, of lunch aid salaries. The current fund balance is approximately $600,000 and would adjust the account down by $100,000. The remaining funds will be utilized across district cafeterias for upgrades over the next few years. We want to commend the business office for continuing to find savings opportunities for the district. These changes allow us to offset rising costs in the area of transportation. The committee also agreed to meet with Pomptonian ahead of the menu vote in August. PTOs and parents have consistently vocalized the need for healthier choices on food menu, and while great progress has been made alongside the quality of our food, the committee will work with Pomptonian to evaluate additional health options for the district menu. The committee also agreed to support communications such as a simple infographic that illustrates efforts already to ensure organic and farm-to-table food options are available. An update on Tatlock Field. From a budget perspective, the project is still projected to be completed against the budget with the potential for some favorability. The construction is slightly ahead of schedule, and the committee is hopeful that the lacrosse team will be able to use some of the facility through partial access of the building. Various allowances for change orders and open items can be found on tonight's agenda, which were also discussed in committee, including $1,273.49 for dedicated quad outlets near fire alarm panel, and $1,537 to install seal coat along the walkway common to the parking lot. On transportation, the district will be replacing a 20-passenger school bus, which is utilized for special services transportation. Leveraging the funds offset from the food services salaries, the purchase of the new bus will be net neutral to our budget. Lastly, the committee discussed the disposal of BOE property that borders Lincoln Hubbard School. The board attorney will prepare a resolution, and then the district will accept bids for sale of this property. Committee recommendations: approval of change orders for Tatlock Field project and items related to roof replacement work. The committee's next meeting will be decided over the next week as new committee chairs have been assigned. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maecha. Moving on to the Policy Committee.
The Policy Committee did not meet this month.
Thank you, Ms. Justice. Moving on to the Communications Committee.
Thank you, Madam President.
Sorry, Mr. Maecha, you're up a
Yes.
lot this night.
The Communications Committee met on May 5th for 42 minutes. Committee members in attendance, besides myself, Mr. Mark Gunderson, Ms. Eileen Kelly, Superintendent Scott Huff, and Cabinet Member Kara Richardson Whiteley. The annual communication service was discussed. The committee discussed the completion of the annual parent and staff communication survey that concluded on April 22nd. The results are being compiled and summarized and will be shared with principals to review and identify opportunities to ensure effectiveness in evolving communication preferences. End of the year, some key dates. The committee reviewed upcoming dates for key events as the end of the school year approaches. May 13th and 14th, we have our LCJ SMS Spring Concerts. May 13th, the Senior Athletic Celebration. May 19th, 20, and 21, the SHS Orchestra, Band, and Chorus performs respectively. May 27th, the SHS Awards of Excellence Dinner. June 10th, LCJ SMS Writers Challenge Breakfast. June 10th, the DARE graduation. June 11th through 17th, we have various elementary school move-up ceremonies. June 17th is the LCJ SMS graduation, and June 18th is the Summit High School graduation. Please refer to calendars on the district website for the latest dates, times, and locations. There are no committee recommendations at this time, and the schedule will be, for the next month, will be scheduled by the incoming chairperson. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maecha. For Negotiations and Personnel Committee, we met this month and discussed private matters related to personnel. Any liaison reports? No? Thank you. We will now move on to public comment, and we will start first with comments on the agenda. Ms. Arno, I'll let you read the.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak shall first seek recognition by the presiding officer. Please come to the microphone and state your name and address in a clear, audible tone for the record. Please direct all comments to the board president and not an individual member of the board. Please remember to conduct yourself with decorum and respect when speaking and addressing the board. Unless additional time is granted by the board president, please keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. In addition, please note that this portion of the meeting is for public comment and not meant to be back and forth.
Thank you, Ms. Sarno. Do we have any comments from the public for items on the agenda? Do we have any comments for items not on the agenda?
I'm Stacy Allen. Thank you for having me. Thank you for all that you guys do for our school system. I want to bring up a topic at the end of the year here about technology in our schools. I've been at Summit. This is my daughter's last year, so it's my last year at the Summit school system. Maybe lucky for some of you. And I've watched the technology increase and increase and increase, and I'm shocked and I'm scared. I'm scared for our kids. I took part in the process of setting the goals for the next few years, and I was disappointed that reducing technology, I don't think I heard of it being a decided priority. There's a lot of research coming out now, and I want to make sure that Summit is staying on top of the research and that you guys as a board and that the administration is informed about the negative side effects of too much technology in schools. I know we talk a lot about cell phones in schools, but a majority of kids are getting so much technology in school, not just on their, obviously they need to be off of their phones at home. That's a parenting problem. But the schools themselves, I think we really need to reduce the amount of technology. That's just my opinion. But I would like to find out if you guys are already researching the harm that may be caused to kids from having too much technology, and is there anything we could do to add it to the schedule for next year to start to research this and maybe come up with some plans to have a committee or some sort of extra group that can look into this, maybe gather information for you. It just seems like to me, from what I understand, we have Chromebooks in elementary school now. The kids are learning to gamify in order to get all their skills. I think we're reducing focus time, we're reducing attention of kids, and I think we're going in the wrong direction. It's obviously nationally, it's not just Summit, but I think Summit should always be at the top of our game and should be, you know, leading the charge whenever we can and whenever we have the information. Just as a quick example, since I have another minute, my oldest son has dyslexia. You might have heard me speak about this before. It was very frustrating for us because we were using Teachers College Learning and Writing Workshop, or whatever you want to call it, word study. Summit was not using phonics as the rest of the country was not using phonics. It took a long time for that to turn around. There's still some school districts who have not yet gone back to phonics. I'm glad to hear that Summit has. But the damage that was caused to my child and many other children by using the wrong reading program that was not effective and was not studied, it's forever. It's a lifetime of problems. So I just want to make sure that we're staying on top of this when we've gotten to the peak of technology. Obviously, kindergartners or first graders using Chromebooks is like, seems crazy to me, but you know, I'm not the educator here. So I just want us to research it. I want us to know what we're doing, and are we dotting our I's and crossing our T's when it comes to technology for kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. Are there any other comments for items not on the agenda? May I please have a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, for the roll, any discussions? For the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maiacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. With respect to Ms. Allen's comments and the sentiment that may be prevalent out there to your comments, I just want to assure you and the public that, albeit it may not be explicitly enumerated in our strategic plan under one of our 5 goals, it does apply to many of our goals as far as student well-being, teaching, and learning. This is a topic that we've been engaged in as an administrative team all year long, and we plan on making action plans for year 2 of our 5-year strategic plan to limit screen time, to limit technology in the classroom, and to limit the ability to take that technology home. The details of that are not panned out yet, but that is going to be a goal and an initiative for next year for Summit Public Schools. So we're aware of some of the research. The administrative team is in full support of it, as many of our parents are and PTOs, so there has been a discussion. We do see what's happening in the public and the community as it relates to this, and we're going to adjust and pivot accordingly. So more to come.
Thank you, Mr. Huff. We will move on to a approval of board minutes. Can I please have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussions? For the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maiacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, items for curriculum, instruction, and program, items A through D. Can I please have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussions? Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maiacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried.
Thank you. Moving on to the finance section, items A through, apologies, this is a big section. C, please, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Any discussions?
Ms. Sarno, I just have one point of clarification for the addendum that's included in this section. I'm sorry, this is under school board operation, the Pomtomi, and that will come next.
Yep.
Apologies. Thank you.
Any other discussions? Okay. For the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Huff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Thank you. Moving on to school board operation. It's going to be items A and D, excuse me, A through D. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Item A through E.
Right, sorry, apologies, you haven't done. Thank you, Ms. Arnold.
Yep. Okay. Any discussions?
I do have a quick question on this one, Ms. Arnold. Just to make sure I understand, the term of this contract with Pomptonian, is it 1 year or is it longer?
So it's normally I believe a 3 or 5 year period. However, every year we renew with them, and so this is an annual renewal.
And I think I remember this from Ops Committee, this is we're in year 3 of the renewal for a total of.
I can't quite remember, but I'll get back to you.
Okay.
It's like 2 or 3, one of those.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
Yep. Okay, any other discussions? Okay. For the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Hoff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Mr. Maacha?
Yes.
Vice President Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried.
Thank you. Moving on to personnel. Items A through KK with the additional item from the addendum this evening. Do I have a motion for approval?
Second.
Sorry. Okay. Any discussions? For the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Hoff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Okay, motion's carried.
Moving on to policies and regulations, a motion for the second reading of PNR policy regulation number 7230. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay. Any discussions? Okay, for the roll, Ms. Justice?
Yes.
Ms. Hoff?
Abstain.
Mr. Gunderson?
Yes.
Ms. Janice?
Abstain.
Ms. Cohn?
Yes.
Vice President Maacha?
Yes.
President Kelly?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussions? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, we adjourn at 7:37 p.m.
Thank you, Ms. Arnold.